Alright everyone, right now we are back at the Yorkdome line crossing in Zephyr, my 44.78 on the balance up. And it's a good thing I made a quick stop here because we got a southbound train approaching Zephyr Road right now. After...
Zephyr, mile 45, balance up restriction.
Yeah. So, after we see 5th train, we'll head to Leech Road. So the following catches were taken on Sunday, June the 8th. And in total, I caught 7 trains. So let's get into them. So the first train I caught is CN Z112. Coming at Vancouver and is heading to Brampton. It was led by 2868 with a rate also set in K58 Gelhorn. And for rear DPU is 2854. And that has 174 rail cars and 496 axles. And it was going to have a meet with CN Q107 at Pine Orchard, which will be the next train. So after we see 5th train, we'll head to Leech Road. And there goes the southbound intermodal train you can see here, with 2 GEVOs. We came to Yorkdome line quickly because I know there was a southbound coming, so I went here just in case I would miss it at Leech Road. And sure enough, if we would have gone to Leech Road before Yorkdome line, then I would have missed it. So it's a good thing I am with here to catch a bonus train. You can see here. So for southbound, it's meeting with 107 at Pine Orchard, because 107 is coming. And as a matter of fact, if you take a look at the northbound signal, they already lined 107 through Zephyr. You can see here, it's green facing north. So it won't be that long till 107 gets here. Anyways, I'm going to move to Leech Road to film for the rest of the trip. And I hear the southbound K5HL blowing through my airport right now at mile 41. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to get going to Leech Road, and then we will film the rest of the train spares, so I'll pause over now. Alrighty, right now we are at the Leech Road crossing in Zephyr, mile 46.94 on the Bala subdivision. And we're going to be here for the rest of the trip. And remember how I said that these signals are now approach lit? Turns out I was wrong. Looks like they're on, you can see here. So I guess they were approach lit because of the freezing rainstorm that we had a few months ago with crossings malfunctioned and stuff like that. So I guess the signals were malfunctioning when I went too. So yeah. And well, it looks like they actually cleaned up a lot of bush by the tracks. You can see here, they definitely removed a lot of trees and grass and stuff. And now, for view facing south, it's more clearer. You can see here. I can get a good shot of it. Get a good shot of it southbound going around the corner here. So yeah. But of course, I will be much more close. I mean, way more farther away because I don't want to be close to the tracks when the train comes. So yeah, but other than that, this crossing has to change up. They haven't changed the crossing for a while. Like I said, the Safe Trend Type, Siemens Type 3 e-bill, which is high pitched, has been installed since last year. So yeah. Anyways, make sure you give this video a really big thumbs up, and let's see what else we will get other than 107. I'm sure we will get 301 since it's running, and 101 and 105 later. Or wherever it's running today. Anyways, I'll pause over now. So the next train I caught is CN Q107. Coming out of Brampton Terminal and it's heading to Winnipeg. It was set by XCREX 3937, but we're also sitting near a front K3HA horn. And trailing second is 8805. And that has 93 rail cars and 264 axles. And I was going into a break-in siding to meet with CN Q180, which will be the next train.
CN Q180. Go ahead.
alarms. Temperature 19 C. Total axle 264. Speed 41.
A while later, a northbound highway truck went by. Not long after that, along came CN Q180. Coming out of Prince Rupert, BC, and ascending to Brampton. It was led by 2830 Riverway, also sailing K5HLA Horn. Trailing second is 3803. And for a mid-DPU, it's 2658. And while it looks like 2658 wasn't dead in tow. Anyways, 180 has 162 rail cars and 450 axles. And it was going to be meeting with 301 at Pine Orchard, which will be the next train. And I wasn't alone when I caught this because Train Chasing Ontario was also here with me.
alarms. Temperature 21C. Total axles 450. Speed 46.
After 180 went by, train chasing Ontario decided to head to a Concession Road 2 crossing to film Via 1. Zephyr P001 came out of Trotter Senior Station and is heading to the Pacific Central Station in Vancouver. It was set by 6440, which began to give me a horn salute, and trailing second is 6438. And that has 20 cars and 88 axles. And if you're enjoying this so far, then please make sure you give it a really big thumbs up.
CN detector, ALA 47. No alarms. Temperature 22C. Total axles 88. Speed 49.
For the next two trains, I did a live stream. So the next train I caught is CN Q101. Coming out of Brampton Intermodal Terminal is heading to Rubber Banks, BC. It was set by XCVX 3973, but the rate also set in K58 Jalhorn. And for the mid-DPU is 8321, a SD7055 ACC rebuild. It was originally 5656, and I actually saw 5656 before it got rebuilt. It was trailing second on a southbound Herzog train back in 2021. And leading on that southbound Herzog train is CN 2021, which is a -8. It's such a shame that that power is no longer here. 2021 got scrapped, and 5656 got rebuilt.
ALA 47. No alarms. Temperature 23C. Total axle 412. Speed 37.
Thank you. 112 just by Wacheco.
So the next surviving train that I caught here is CN Q185. Coming out of Montreal and heading to Prince Rupert, BC. It was set by 3387, but we also set in K3LA Horn. And it was originally BNSF 4561. And trailing second is 3840.
CN detector ALA 4. No alarms. Temperature 23C. Total 500. Speed 37.
After 185 went by, I decided to take a break of Railfanning since the battle sub was going to be dead for a while. But however, there was another southbound coming, which was meeting with 101 and 185 at Brecken. And the southbound train that I caught is another CN, Z112. It was set by 2309, but we also set in P5 Horn. And the engineer gave me a wave. And trailing second is 5634. Only if I was leading. And this 112 has 133 rail cars. And the rest of the trains were filmed at the Princess Street crossing in Melbourne. The next final train that I caught of the day is CN M313. Coming into the Macmillan Yard in Toronto and is heading to the 17 Yard in Winnipeg. It was set by 2854, which eventually gave me a horn salute and he gave me a peace symbol. And that's actually the same unit that I saw on the first 112 in the morning. Trailing second is 2992. Trailing third is 8844. And trailing fourth is 2677. And the last two units were going to be dropped at KBO, probably for the Sudbury local. And because of that, the two units were in dead in tow. And 313 was really more shorter than usual because it only had 57 freight cars. Well, friends, that's going to be it for all the trains that I caught yesterday. All in all, the battle was not that bad, even though it was dead at some times. There was a lot of GEVO leaders with some interesting horns, so I would definitely take that. But that being said, though, if you enjoyed this trip to the battle stop yesterday, then you know what to do. Please make sure to give it a really big thumbs up, and subscribe to more videos if you haven't already. That will really help me a lot. And also go subscribe to Train Chasing Ontario, who was there for one train, and that being 180. If you want to check him out, I'll leave a link in the description when you have a chance. Anyways, until my next Railfanning video, I will see you guys later. Peace out, folks, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Have a wonderful evening, and that will be it for me. Bye now, and I will see you guys in the next Railfanning video.